First it was movies, then it was television, and now it is music. LeBron James has entered the music industry. He helped 2 Chainz make an album. The album will be releasing this week. Now, while LeBron won't be rapping on the album, he helped with a little A&R and also on the production side of things. Look, if you're LeBron James at this point, you've taken advantage of just about everything Los Angeles has to offer. He has a beautiful home, he plays for the Lakers, he's doing movies and television, hanging out with famous people, and now he's turning himself into a music producer. Good for you, LeBron James, turning into the everyday entrepreneur that we know that Middle America really, really loves to relate to and loves to watch as well. But I have a real question. Would you listen to a LeBron James rap album? Now, he did make an awful rap song in like 2003 or 2004 with a couple other NBA players, so I'm going to say no. But if we can get Kobe and Shaq back on an album just dissing each other and over again, that album would jump to #1 of the charts probably overnight. So let me know in the comment section below if you want LeBron to turn into a rapper or if you just want him to stick on the production side of things. You guys are watching the Lakers Report here on Chat Sports. Remember to subscribe to us at chatsports.com/Lakers, our brand new Lakers channel with all the news, rumors, and free agency rumors that you guys could ever want. Let's talk about Luke Walton and LeBron James. TMZ was back at it again with their usual shenanigans, made a report that LeBron James and Luke Walton are quote-unquote on bad terms. Now, Luke Walton was at LAX the other day, got interviewed by a TMZ cameraman and said, quote, "Those reports are false. Me and LeBron are great." Now, the probably most upsetting thing about this season is what the media has done to Luke Walton this year. They have made him the complete scapegoat for this season, despite the fact that he's been dealt just a horrible hand. The development of his young guys went completely out the window when they brought in LeBron James. All the veterans they brought in did not mix at all with what his system was. The defense fell apart. LeBron got injured. The young guys almost got traded, and somehow it's Luke Walton's fault. So he's going to end up being the scapegoat. He's probably going to get fired at the end of the season, regardless of if they make the playoffs or not. So here's a couple of coaches the Lakers might bring in just in case Luke Walton gets fired. Jay Wright, Mark Jackson, Mike Brown, Juwan Howard, and Ty Lue are a couple of names we've brought up in the past. If you're wondering why I don't have Jason Kidd on this list, I refuse to sacrifice my journalistic integrity just to give in to a random, very clearly agent-pushed report about Jason Kidd being the next coach of the Lakers. I cannot seriously contemplate the Lakers firing Luke Walton just to bring in Jason Kidd to coach LeBron James. That sounds like a disaster waiting to happen. So I'm going to be an honest reporter and look you guys dead in the eyes and say, I believe this to be false, and if it is true, you should be picketing outside of Staples Center because that would be just an outrageous coaching move by the Lakers. But it's not nearly as outrageous as the deal that BetDSI is giving you guys this NBA season. Our sportsbook partner is giving you a 120% deposit bonus when you guys use that promo code NBA120. You can put down some money on whether or not you think the Lakers will make the playoffs, if you think LeBron will make a magical run to win MVP this year. All of this can be done at chatsports.com/bet. Again, using that promo code NBA120 for a 120% deposit bonus. Let's jump into our next rumor here. This one of the more interesting headlines to come out of the All-Star weekend. Anthony Davis was talking to reporters during media day, and he went against reports saying that there is no list and that he just wants to win and that all 29 teams, obviously besides the Pelicans, are on his list. Raise your hand if you think he's lying. Me. There's no way that Anthony Davis wants to be traded to the Magic or the Bulls or the Suns or any of the other crap teams in the NBA. So him saying that all 29 teams are on my list is just certifiably false. If there's one thing that's come out of this whole Anthony Davis situation, and if you're a fan of the Lakers, you got to start thinking about this. I think Anthony Davis wants so badly to be liked out of this whole situation that he is going way out of his way to try to make himself look likable. But the problem is, Anthony Davis, when you ask for a trade from the team that drafted you and gave you a massive contract, you're not going to be beloved by everyone in the NBA, especially when it's very obvious you're trying to strong-arm a small market team to go play for the Lakers. So, Anthony Davis, I wish you the best. I really do. Stop trying to be liked. Just be a villain. It's okay. LeBron James was the villain for 4 years and won 2 titles out of it. Being a villain is fun. Let me know in the comments section below, where will Anthony Davis play next season? At this point, I think it's still going to come down to 3 teams. It's going to be the Lakers, it's going to be the Celtics, or it's going to be the Knicks. That's about it. And based on how the NBA draft goes, with where those picks fall, I wonder if the New Orleans Pelicans are going to regret not taking that Lakers Godfather offer that they sent the Pelicans' way during the trade deadline. If you guys are trying to get the best Lakers videos anywhere on the internet, there's only one place to do it, and that's at chatsports.com/Lakers. Subscribe today. We got news, rumors, everything around free agency and the draft as we get closer and closer to the summer. Go ahead and hit that red subscribe button if you're watching on that channel, or if you're watching on the Chat Sports main channel, head to chatsports.com/Lakers. Let's talk about Kyle Kuzma, who definitely had the funniest quote of All-Star Weekend in general. Now, one thing I want to say about Kyle Kuzma, he's definitely taken to the whole Los Angeles vibe. He's dating Instagram models. He's signing fashion deals and doing his whole thing. But he had an amazing quote at All-Star Weekend where he said, quote, "I'd rather be talked about being bad in LA than be irrelevant in Orlando," making it very clear he doesn't want to be traded to a small market team. But on top of this, we all know that when he's talking about Orlando, he's talking about New Orleans and getting traded for Anthony Davis. Now, he was just trying to, I guess, bury the lead in a lot of ways, but you got to read between the lines. I know I'm using a lot of, random sayings over here, but if I'm Kyle Kuzma and I'm starting up all these brands and I'm dating Instagram models, I also wouldn't want to be traded to Orlando. I would very much want to stay in Los Angeles as well. So while the quote was hilarious, it's also a pretty obvious thing because, no offense to Orlando, I would probably rather live in Los Angeles. But Kuzma should probably not be going to Disney World anytime soon. He might get run out of town. All right, Lakers fans, it is time. We've asked this question a couple times, but today the gauntlet is being thrown. I want you guys to officially decide, as Lakers Nation, keep one, trade one. Kyle Kuzma or Brandon Ingram. You can't have both. You have to trade one, and you can only keep one of them. Which one do you want to trade? Kyle Kuzma or Brandon Ingram? Let me know in the comment section below. We'll give it a week, and next week we'll tell you guys which way that Lakers fans are siding. Personally, I think you guys are going to say trade Brandon Ingram and keep Kyle Kuzma. However, there are a lot of Brandon Ingram stands out there, so we'll see what ends up happening with this one. But again, I'm tossing the gauntlet to you guys. It's been thrown. Kyle Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, keep one, trade one. We'll bring up the results next week. All right, let's get into what probably my favorite rumor of the weekend so far. It's LeBron James confirming that he wants to own a team one day. Now, ESPN had this whole massive expose about LeBron James, the next great NBA owner, blah, all this crazy stuff. And, they had Magic Johnson interviews, they had interviews with other owners, all of them basically talking to LeBron James saying, yeah, LeBron's going to be a great owner someday. They all just said the same crap. It was just another agent push story because LeBron owns ESPN, and we've gone over this again. So we've come up with a list of teams that LeBron James could one day own. And it's a good list. It's a quality one, but they all come with their own different intricacies and also difficulties. So the number you're going to see on your screen is the number that Forbes Evaluations came out with to that team's franchise value for 2019. This came out like 2 weeks ago, so all of these values are up to date. So here are the 5 teams: the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Orlando Magic, the Pelicans, the Suns, and the Nets. All of these make sense in some sort of way. Dan Gilbert could sell the Cavaliers. He's not even from Cleveland. Sell it to LeBron. Maybe he takes that money, go buys the Pistons or the Tigers. He's from Detroit. I just think eventually the Cavs are going to be in LeBron James' sniper scope. The Orlando Magic, their owner passed away at the start of the season. Another team that might be looking to change hands. The Pelicans, at this rate, Gail Benson doesn't really know how to run an NBA team. And we know the NBA wants to move it to Seattle. How great of a PR stint would that be if you take the Pelicans, you give them to LeBron, and he puts them in Seattle? That'd be an outstanding storyline for the NBA. You got the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix despises Robert Sarver, who's the owner of the Suns. I don't think there's a fan base that hates their owner more than the Phoenix Suns fan base hates their owner. Actually, that's not true. Knicks fans hate James Dolan just as much as anything I've ever seen before. So a little bit of hyperbole there. But last but not least is the Brooklyn Nets. Now, they are the 6th most valuable team in the NBA despite not making the playoffs for over a decade. At $2.3 billion of valuation, maybe he teams up with Jay-Z, maybe he teams up with Beyonce, maybe he hits up Kevin Durant and Rich Kleiman and says, hey, let's put our money together and let's create an NBA player-run franchise. I think the Nets might be a target for that. So I think LeBron will own a team someday. I think he's going to follow the path of Michael Jordan and end up with his own team, whether it's a big market team or a small market team. And whenever LeBron James decides to stop playing, I will say this, just got to watch out for whatever team Bronny ends up playing for, LeBron James' son, who will be in the NBA in T-minus 5 years. Again, remember to subscribe to us here at Chat Sports at youtube.com/chatsportstv and check out our new Lakers channel at chatsports.com/Lakers.